the moment all I've done is I've just filled this by capillary flow. Now, when you're looking at liquid crystal samples, the one thing which I would say is heat the sample up, get it to the isotropic liquid, and once you've done that, then try identify the phases on the way down.
So this is at the point just about how many degrees after it melts?
Right, okay, well this is 5 CV, and 5 CV melts in the low 20s.
Oh, geez.
So it's a room temperature liquid crystal.
Oh.
Obviously, if you've got a sample that's solid, you're going to stick it on there, you're going to look and you're going to determine the melting point by heating it up carefully. But as I say, once you are in the liquid crystal phase, keep heating up until you get into the isotropic liquid. But there's no point in trying to determine what phases you've got until you are cooling back down.
Okay.
The reason for that is that you end up with...
You need cooling back down to get it crystal.
No, well,
or in between.
The trouble is that you've got defects that are there because of the crystal, or defects that are there because of the previous phase.
Right.
So when you're coming down from the isotropic liquid, you're going into the virginal texture, so the natural texture of the phase.
Right.
Every subsequent texture is then dependent on the texture that was there before, and the defects that were existing before.
How does it compare to an organic compound that just melts and doesn't have any LC properties?
Right. Okay, so for an organic material that just melts, it will melt and it will go into the isotropic liquid. So you'll just see the crystals melting over a range of temperature.
Yeah.
And then on the microscope, the isotropic liquid, because it's so randomly organised, doesn't interact with the light, so you just see optical extinction through the polarizers. Obviously, for liquid crystal textures, you're getting interaction with the light, so you're seeing all the different optical textures based on the defects that are there. Now, as I say, depending on the phase, you get lots of different optical textures, and that, as I say, that's what we're going to try and go through some of the basic ones here. Now, as I say, let's just heat that up. So, general rules of thumb are, if you're heating it up, if you're heating up your sample, then if it's a sample you don't know, then you're going to heat up fairly slowly. So you're going to go at a nice controlled rate. And I would say never go anything more than about 5 degrees a minute.